Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my Dubai review. Finally, I know I've been saying like for weeks and weeks and weeks ever since I got back from Dubai that I was going to do a review for the actual city, like talking about everything we did, talking about the stuff that I liked, talking about how I planned the trip and all that stuff. People wanted to know a lot of detail about it. I've uploaded 3 vlogs from the Dubai trip. If you haven't seen them, make sure you're subscribed to Life with the Logans channel. There's 2 more left. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about saving money for trips because I have a blog post that you guys can check out if you wanted to know more about how to save money. It's victoriouslogan.com. Why in the world did you go to Dubai? So actually, I don't really know. My favorite Disney movie is Aladdin. So I feel like ever since I was a little kid, I've always been kind of like fascinated with the Arabian world. I was looking at vacations for the Dominican because a lot of people say the Dominican is nice. When I was looking at the Dominican, I was just like, I feel like I've been to a beach before. We've been to Mexico. I feel like the Dominican would kind of be similar to Mexico. And so I was just like, I want to do something really different. When I was little, I went to the UK and I was young, so I don't really remember. So I really wanted to go somewhere like in Asia or something, like somewhere really, really far and do something really different. My friend was telling me about Dubai, so I was like, let me look up Dubai and just see what it is. Google knows your life. So if you Google something, it's gonna pop up at least 10 times before you're done thinking about it. I looked it up one day, didn't really think much of it. Then like maybe 2 days later, ads and stuff start popping up for Dubai. People I follow on Instagram were going to Dubai. And I was like, is this Google or is this God? So I looked up the vacation to see how much it was, and I saw that it was in my budget, and I was like, we could do that. Cocktail every day was perfectly fine with me. So if you're trying to get turned, if you're trying to be booed up, if you're trying to dress real sexy, wear your freedom dress every day, you might not want to choose Dubai because they are a little bit more conservative. However, you can get away with it. It won't be as good of an experience for you. It was a very nice and clean, very, very clean. Oh my God, Dubai was very, very clean. I loved how clean it was. It's also a very, very safe city. There's no crime, little to no crime. I didn't see a lot of homeless people when I was there. I didn't see a lot of economic disparity. Like some people say that the economic disparity there is really bad. Like you can tell who's rich and who's not. I couldn't. Because like when I go to LA and New York, like there's homeless people everywhere. I can feel the shattered, broken dreams on the ground. LA to me is the land of broken dreams. I'm sorry if you live there. I'm sorry if you're from LA and you rep LA like that. But Dubai, I felt so much wealth. Like it was like, it made me want to come back and hustle. Like it made me want to get some money. Like it made me want to be better in life. You know what I mean? Like I also liked how religious people are there. There were like prayer rooms in every building. They were very big on prayers. So you could definitely see people on the side of the road praying at certain times during the day. In the malls, they do shut the music off at certain times and pray. It was overall a really interesting and eye-opening experience. I really enjoyed the difference in culture. As far as the food goes, I'm a very picky person. I'm very, very picky, but I love international foods. I'm not necessarily a fan of American food. Like I don't pig out on American food like hot dogs and burgers and stuff. I love pizza, but that's about it. And Dubai is not specific to one type of food. They have different kinds of foods and cuisine everywhere. They literally have everything. Like they have KFC. They have Church's Chicken over there. It's called Texas Chicken, but it is Church's. It's the same logo. But they have Cheesecake Factory. They have California Pizza Kitchen, Red Lobster. They have everything. We had Indian food, Lebanese, Thai. Yeah, we ate a lot of shawarma and hummus. I definitely feel like it's a place that if you go there, get cultured. Don't just eat what you know. Eat new stuff. Try new stuff. Nothing made us sick. I feel like the quality of the food there is much better than quality of food in America, obviously, because our food is full of GMO and processed stuff. Everything there was pretty fresh and it was really good. I didn't end up getting sick or anything. So I definitely can appreciate that. And it was very healthy. Everything I ate was very healthy, I feel like, because nothing made me feel heavy. Even when I was full, I didn't feel heavy. And because we did so much walking and exploring, we really weren't weighed down all the time. Pretty much everything is gluten-free. So you really can't go wrong. So what is there to do in Dubai? Dubai is awesome. It's like there's so much stuff to do that you are never going to get bored. I would suggest booking a week in advance everything that you're going to do. So make sure like you go on Groupon or something to get the best deals. You just want to make sure that you like give yourself enough time to do everything because you're going to run out of time if you don't. Prices may be more expensive booking the day of or booking at the hotel. So like I said, Groupon. The world's tallest building, malls that are freaking gigantic. They have the biggest malls in the world. The mall had indoor skiing, an indoor aquarium, an underwater zoo. They had like ice skating, every store that you can think of. Pretty much anything that you wanted to do was at the mall. And if you didn't get enough at the mall, there's always the Dubai Marina. They had a fountain outside that had a water show every like hour, I think, or every 30 minutes. And you could just stand there and watch that for hours. Like, it was just beautiful. The architecture and the lighting in every building was amazing. So you're definitely going to want to take a lot of pictures if you go. Did the Miracle Garden tour, where it's like a huge garden full of flowers, and we took a lot of pictures, beautiful scenery. You can stroll with your boo. I would suggest do the souk markets. I heard the souk markets are awesome. I didn't get to go to the souk markets because we ran out of time, but there's like a gold market and a spice market. You can go to the desert, do a desert safari. The desert safari was super fun. We got to ride a camel. Cameron did an ATV off-roading. We rode in the cars on the way there, and they like had like a sand dune experience. That was cool. We got to watch a show, and you have a buffet, and the food was really good. The dinner cruise was cool. The food wasn't that great on the dinner cruise, and it was kind of cold. In my experience, I already done a dinner cruise in Cancun, so I knew what to expect. So it wasn't really that exciting. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't really anything that I was super excited about. The Grand Mosque, the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so stunning. Everything about it was beautiful. It was well worth the trip to Abu Dhabi. That was the most amazing thing I had ever seen in my life. I just wasn't fond of the tour. So here's how I feel about tours. I feel like if you're going to go on a tour of something, you should definitely like do that the first day that you get there, because you're going to want to like go back to some of the places that you go to on the tour and explore them on your own. They give you like 20-30 minutes at each place that you visit. You don't really have a lot of time to explore. And because stuff in Dubai is so big and luxurious, you're not gonna go to one mall and stay for 20 minutes and see everything you want to see. Because we did a tour of Abu Dhabi. We went to the Grand Mosque. We saw some palaces. We went to some heritage village, and then we went to Ferrari World, but it really was just the mall that had Ferrari World in it, and we didn't actually get to go in Ferrari World. So we were kind of upset about that, because it said on the tour Ferrari World, and we thought we were going to get to go in and like ride rides and stuff, but we couldn't. I feel like it was such a tease to do the tour, and we should have done it on our own, but it was still really nice and still really cool to do. I just wish we would have done it earlier so that we would have more time to do more stuff that we saw that we wanted to do. Now, as far as transportation goes, there is the metro, and you can rent a car. However, I wouldn't recommend renting a car because they drive really crazy over there. And I mean, you don't want to get stopped and pulled over and in trouble in Dubai. So I feel like the best way to get around would be a taxi, because it's the quickest way to get places. More so taxis than Uber, because if you're traveling internationally, you don't want to be using your cell phone data outside of the US. And everywhere has Wi-Fi, but when you get in the car, you're not going to be able to use your Wi-Fi. But my phone stayed on airplane mode, so taxi it was. Unfortunately, taxis are not the cheapest option. The cheapest option would be to use the metro. The metro was cool. It was clean. It was nice. And it got us to where we needed to go. It pretty much goes in a straight line. Using the metro will take up a lot of your time. Unless you budget your time really, really well, I wouldn't suggest using the metro. As far as the hotel goes, I really liked the hotel that we stayed in. It was really nice. I just didn't like how far it was from everything else. I wish I would have looked that up before I actually booked the flight, because I booked the hotel, because we ended up doing a lot of taxiing back and forth, which was fine. But like I said, it would be a lot cheaper on us if we would have stayed near everything that we were doing. So just keep that in mind. Also, when you're booking a hotel, keep in mind that every hotel in Dubai is like 5 stars. There are not really a lot of all-inclusive options if you wanted to do an all-inclusive deal, but we ended up not staying at the hotel a lot, so all-inclusive wasn't necessarily something that I missed out on, because I feel like we never really were there anyways. We ate at the hotel only for breakfast, so I ended up getting a hotel that had a breakfast buffet, a free breakfast buffet. That way, when we did eat breakfast, we were eating at the hotel and it was free. Just make sure that when you're booking your hotel, you are aware of the tourism fees, you're aware of resort fees, room service, spa services, anything that you're going to spend money on when you get there. So make sure you do have enough money to cover that. I think when we got there, we ended up spending like $200 in fees. So if you're hip to Airbnb, you can do an Airbnb. I am bougie. I like hotels, so I stayed in a hotel. But you definitely could rent an apartment or do an Airbnb for a lot cheaper. Personally, I just love the hotel experience. I like to have my towels folded and nice when I get into my room. I like my bed made for me. I like to be able to call room service and order something just in case I need it. I like to have free water bottles waiting on me at the door. That's just me. I just like the luxury of a 5-star hotel. But if you are cool with washing your own dishes and making your own bed, get you an Airbnb, girl. I just prefer not to wash dishes on vacation. I feel like you do need to get some cash when you get there. Do a currency exchange, get some cash. The taxis take cash, and there's a lot of stuff, little things here and there that you might want to buy with cash. So just make sure you do frequently get some cash from the currency exchanges, just to make sure that you have some on hand. We got about 600 dirhams, which is about $200 in cash to start off with. And that ended up being enough to do a lot of stuff. You will need shopping money. So go ahead and get shopping money ready too. It's the best shopping on earth and it's tax free. We flew Emirates, which was really, really nice. We did ride coach, so I feel like our seating experience wasn't any better than any other flight that I've been on. The seats weren't comfortable, obviously, because it's a coach seat, so it wasn't comfortable. I would recommend, if you are really, really bougie and you want to get that experience, do business economy, because they have the pods. And you have a lot more leg room and you can lay down and stuff. So it's a little bit more comfortable for you. However, we flew regular economy. So we were on a regular economy budget. But the food was good. There was complimentary drinks, complimentary everything. I did have a little bit of some wine so I could go to sleep. And I slept the whole way. It was a 13-hour flight. I don't really remember much of it. It went by really quick for me. There were free movies, free entertainment, so I really didn't feel like I was bored. And I especially like that it was a straight through flight. I do not do stops. I hate stops. Straight through or die. If you have flying anxiety, though, don't do too much with the wine, because you will have a bridesmaid's experience. I did have a bridesmaid's experience. There's a woman on the wings. She's churning butter. That actually happened to me. So go to sleep. Go to sleep. Don't wake up and don't look out the window. The trip was amazing. It was great. I didn't have any issues with anything. I did not have any bad experiences with anything. Everything was really awesome. It was really, really fun. I'm trying to think of some complaints and I can't. Some people asked if it was uncomfortable. People were nice. People were pretty nice for the most part. I mean, Middle Eastern people, I've been around a lot of them and I had a lot of them as friends growing up, and I've been to a lot of their engagements and weddings and stuff. So I know kind of what their culture is like and how conservative they are and things like that. So I knew about most of that stuff. They're not as like bubbly and excited as Americans are, you know what I mean? For the most part, they're nice. They're nice people. I don't ever really have a problem with them treating me differently or treating me bad because I'm African American or whatever. I definitely didn't have a problem with any of them like giving me the side eye or nothing. In fact, I actually found that a lot of the women were staring at me when I was walking through the mall and stuff, and it was mostly women who had their makeup on fleek. So I feel like they recognized the fleekness, and we like made this eye contact, and they smiled at me because they knew, like, girl, your eyebrows, like, ooh, your makeup, your highlight is popping, because that's what I was looking at when I saw them. So I feel like we had that connection. If you guys have any questions about Dubai, if you have any questions about anything that I talked about in the video, make sure you leave a comment down below and I will answer it for you. Like I said, make sure to check out the blog post on how to save money and how to budget a trip. I will give a little bit more in-depth insight on that. If you want to see pictures, video footage, make sure to check out the vlog. Make sure to check out my Instagram, and my website will have pictures of Dubai as well that I did not post on Instagram. So make sure to check that out. Please give it a thumbs up if you want to see more travel videos and reviews and things like that. I will do more like it. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.